Leonard, man, it's been a lot going on in boxing now. Special thing happening in Baltimore, with Tank Davis coming around. How do you feel about Tank bringing Mayweather Promotions and Al Heyman and a big show to here in Baltimore?
I'm personally ecstatic. This is one that I've had circled on the calendar because, again, it means a lot to me with being just down the road myself from D.C. and with Tank being able to uplift the city. This is a huge thing for the city of Baltimore. With so many negative things that surround this city, for Tank to be able to bring a fight of this magnitude shown live on World Championship Boxing on Showtime, it just goes to show you that when people come together, we can have positive things and bring joy to the community and generate revenue also. And me and Tank have talked about this. This is going to be the first of many big fights that we're looking to bring back to Baltimore. We're going to make Baltimore a hotbed, and Gervonta Davis is going to be the star. And what better way than their two-time world champion to put the entire city on his back? That's why we want all the fans to be able to come out and support. There are a few tickets left. If you don't get a chance to witness it live, be sure to tune in live on Showtime this Saturday night to witness the most exciting fighter in the entire sport and be part of this great journey. He's going to make history.
And also, you mentioned being here in Baltimore. We know that the Barclays Center on the East Coast, could this area in Washington, D.C. and other parts of Maryland like the MGM be another location, but maybe on a smaller level as far as seat-wise, a big mecca for, as far as the East Coast period? Well, especially with fighters like Gervonta.
Well, when the comparison, we talking about the capacity. Royal Farms is right there, neck and neck with any of the major cities. Mm-hmm. And one with Gervonta being the most exciting young star in the sport, and he's just at the tender age of 24. He has a big career ahead of him. Again, we love to see the DMV in the Philly area, all of these surrounding cities. They have tons and tons of talent, and they're great fights to be made. And we're looking to make those big fights and bring them right here in this DMV area, and particularly right here in Baltimore, featuring Baltimore's own Gervonta Tank Davis.
Yeah, and also when Gervonta was brought to you guys' attention when he was a younger fighter, did you expect this much this soon?
Actually, yes, because I can recall Floyd kept on telling me, "El, you gotta come to the gym to check out this new kid that we looking to work with." And I was like, I heard a lot about him from the ground, but I hadn't actually seen him up close in person. I went down to the gym. Floyd was like, "Check him out." I watched him spar. I was like, damn, this kid ain't nothing but the truth. He punched with either hand. He reminded me of a young Mike Tyson. And that's why we're so excited, because Gervonta Davis has the it factor. Mm-hmm. We know, me and Floyd, we know that we can turn him into the biggest star in the entire sport. And it's just a matter of time. It's a matter of time. He's got to continue to be patient and wait his time. He has a tremendous team around him. Coach Calvin Ford, who's been very instrumental in his life inside the sport and outside the sport as a mentor. Coach Kenny, Lauren, he has a tremendous team. And them working with Mayweather Promotions, and we're combined with Al Heyman and the PBC, the future is very bright. Gervonta Davis will take over the sport.
Yeah, and this bout with Nunez, let's talk about that for a minute. Nunez, 21 fights, 19 knockouts, 2 losses. Gervonta, 21 fights, 20 knockouts.
These are the kind of fights that make me nervous as a promoter, because they're very dangerous, because Nunez has nothing to lose. He's coming in Tank's backyard, and he's gunning to take his world title. we hadn't touched on this, but there are distractions that are involved when you have a hometown fight.
Yep.
He might not be seeing this immediately, but starting tomorrow, you're gonna run into people, and people gonna come out the woodwork asking for tickets. You know, you have promotional commitments. You know, it's a lot of things that come into play when you're fighting at hometown that you would not necessarily see, as opposed to being on the road. And these are the pressures as a young fighter. Sometimes you can get distracted. So luckily for him, that he has experienced people around him who've been around these kind of situations that will help guide him through this. But I'm worried. I'm worried. I'm just being honest. I'm just worried because anytime that you have a guy who's a tremendous puncher like Nunez, anything can happen in a fight. You know, this guy, he's a big puncher. He has a big knockout percentage. And he has that. Now, granted, that he hadn't fought the level of competition, you know, and this is his first fight in the United States. But anytime when two guys are throwing with 8-ounce gloves, anybody can get caught. Anybody. We've seen that. We've seen upstate take place where the highly favored is supposed to get the guy out of there, and then there's an upset. So, again, I'm fully expecting Tank to take care of business on Saturday night, and we're just excited.
And how about the transition with Mayweather is full promoting and not having to deal with you getting him prepared for fights now? How's that transition?
Oh, we've made that transition very smooth. We've had our promotional company since 2007. Currently, we have over 40 fighters on our roster, and we have a ton of a tremendous young talent. One of our young, exciting rising stars will be opening up the card, Ladarius Miller. He'll be taking on Jezzrel Corrales, a former world champion. And that's going to be a very, very entertaining fight. Miller has a victory over, right now, one of the current 130-pound world champions, Jamel Herring. And again, so he'll be looking to take that next step up as he's on the cusp of of his first world title opportunity. And he'll be looking to put on a great show on Saturday. And then co-main event, we have two former world champions, Roman Martinez taking on Yuriorkis Gamboa. That will be a war, an all-out war. And then in the main event, you know, we got Gervonta Davis. He's must-see TV.
Yeah.
And we want all the fans in the DMV area to rally behind the DMV zone. Rally behind Tank.
Exactly.
Because this is going to be a great journey. You know, 20 years from now, we'll be talking about what a great champion that Tank was and what excitement that he brought to the sport. And again, we're looking for Tank to break records.
All right. Thanks, Leonard. Appreciate it.